Well, good day, good day, good day, and good, beautiful morning to everyone who has jumped on the live chat. Stability will hold up. It is sinking and resinking from time to time, so I'm a little bit nervous. So I hope you guys can bear with me. So I'm going to take a moment or two to sort myself out here and see if I can find a few of these wonderful picture background slides that I like from time to time. First of all, let me say this is that I enjoy chit-chatting about all things Sussex, and I love to come at it from a positive angle. Now, for those of you who are new here, please be advised that this is a somewhat positive space. I'm not interested a lot in depressing myself and making myself feel completely miserable when things in the world get a little tough. Sometimes, even if I'm blinking in and out, if it becomes too much, then I will have to pull the plug and reschedule. All right, so let me back up my slides here and let's see if I have a few pictures that I would like to share. Let's see what we can do to get our little chat going. Too late, especially if you're getting ready to get. As I always like to do, I want to remind everyone who is in the fitness game to get out there and exercise, do a couple of pull-ups, all that while we're here in the chat, and I might be able to keep you company during your workout. So let's hope that everyone enjoys that. And of course, myself, being the parent of adult children at the age that I am not going to admit, we need to always keep our body moving. It is amazing how movement, even though it is hard to get in the yield of it, it is absolutely a key factor to keep yourself and your heartbeat and everything moving to get yourself together, right? So keep moving. Know if I'm a shout outs to other channels, I want to tell you that there is every time I see a banner come up letting me know type of voice cutting out or whatever from time to time. So this could become too much of a distraction and I may have to let it go. So in the chat, if you feel that it is just too distracting, let me know. And what I'll do is shut it down and we'll try to bring the chat back later because it could drive me nuts. All right. So let's see if we got a hold here. All right. So if you got your exercise going, we're going to move to the next thing. So, of course, as I've been saying to folks, it is time to plant. Get your garden going. Start leafy greens, the things you can put in. We are also able to bring up maybe onions or something like that from this time of year. I have put down cucumbers. I believe we have right now what I had on my page featuring was broccoli. Aha. So let's get out there and everybody get a chance to get your garden going. All right. So I've been away for a time, took a little break, but we have been seeing some of the wonderful things that Meghan and Harry are doing. It has been lovely to watch Meghan appear on Time Magazine or in the interview with Time Magazine. We always have to key into the things that she seems to highlight, which is what's happening online, the type of things that are being said online and done online that are keeping people all spun up in negativity. I caution everyone who spends any time on my channel in understanding there are industries set in place to create distraction, animosity, and all types of divisive arguments. And I always respond when people are talking about what's happening online. I let it be known that I'm originating from a person and their actual opinion as it is from an industry that is paying someone to create the discourse, right? And so we have to keep that in mind. Definitely have to keep that in mind. So all of the conversation online, even the short video clips coming from people pointing at a head, commenting on something about a person, negative content, because that's how their money is made, right? And Meghan and Harry are definite people. So, and I like that she is highlighting that and talking, just watching as if they are as if they are animals that people actually are listening and understanding what they, and it's because of course they're targets of this type of industry. This is an industry of keeping people angry, furthering anxiety. They make their money off of engagement, right? So be very mindful of what you went through. Now, we have come through our the symbolic issue. It's not over. However, it's still going to be a challenge. Um, Even though members on the wonderful um, working are beginning to remove themselves from the now the charity is still hanging in there, and the only two board members listed is I believe Chamunda, who has created the drama, and the side the side man coming from one of William's charities. So they have effectively splashed water all over this charity. They have effectively dismantled one of Harry's of what I would call of world interaction. Once again, I think we all have to understand this machine that is the royal family. It is just going to keep running with the arrow pointed, and it remove their behavior and their influence from the rest of the world. Now, I don't know if they will be able to do it quickly. I do hope so. And I definitely look forward to seeing them attempt to do what they can. So here's what I'm going to do for encouragement. We want our faves, our Sussex family, to stay the course and to fight to win. Not to give in, not to give up. Now, we know it is extremely hard for these folks to overcome all of the things that bring them public critique. They are totally exposed, and it is very difficult to keep the challenges that they constantly come up against. Talked about Harry's court case in reference to his security appeal. And unfortunately, that case was dismissed as if basically without meeting the requirements of what court that the security agency made, that is called RAVEC, which is the Royal Security. Their decision not to provide the standard or level of security that Harry originally requested is not going to be maintained. So they have come to that conclusion by people who are and hidden, in fact, on how they came to that decision. Um, that you can basically say level of security or matter, right? Their death isn't of any significance, right? It is very similar to how they may have assessed Princess Diana, and then they found out that her death was significant, and that is why they then glommed on funeral service of the outpouring after her death, because that's how they operate, right? It isn't until they see how something occurs that they determine they should do something about it. All right, so I'm going to jump in the comments really quickly, even though I know I'm struggling in. I know those who have taken out of their busy schedule to jump in here. So let's see. I have a Felicia Hamawa, I believe. She said, "Thank you, ma'am, for your support of the Sussexes." Thank you so much for your support and joining in on this chat from time to time. Look, please throw up here or there as I try to get my feet back underneath me. Fight problems and all. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to you all. For Sussex and everyone, I have enjoyed watching your shorts about the garden. Oh, thank you, Joyce Anderson. I am so glad that you are able to see those shorts. Remember, I'm kind of a newbie at how to do some of these processes. And but I guys can all join in and do some gardening along with me. That would be fun. So, let's see. We have a good morning all from LLAA. Thank you so much you could jump in. And you are correct. Periodically, I am definitely dropping from the network. I don't know what is going on, but we've got to get this sorted, hopefully. So, also, as I start, I know I'm going to wrap it up a little bit faster, and that's again due to this network battle that I'm fighting. I want to encourage everyone to continue supporting the Sussex family and everything that they have their endeavors. There is a lot of forces moving all the time against what they do. I believe they have figured out a rhythm to fight it tooth and nail. And what is also wonderful is that it would appear the rest of the world is also noticing that they are telling truths, and that many of these things that were hidden behind very media curtain trying to will family's side of things, but that they are definitely beginning to be noticed worldwide, that there's a lot of untruth in what is being put out. Joyce Anderson also is saying here that I believe that Harry already knows what time it is and wanted to go on the record. That is brilliant. Brilliant. And you are correct. Harry is smart as a fox. And that interview was because you are correct. He was basically stating some of the things that were handled in the appeal, and he was making it known that there is information in the appeal. And he even said, if you want to go and dig it out, right? Now, let me see if this will play. I have a very short, I hope, clip that might, it's like one sentence, but if it works well, I want to see if you understand what he's saying in this clip. And it is tracking with Joyce Anderson 1,000%.
And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
How are you feeling about this decision? Because
And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
how are you feeling about this decision? Because clearly you have two children, Archie, Lilibet. They're not able to see their grandfather, their uncle, their cousins in a way that you feel is safe for them. So what's your feelings kind of moving forward? Is there any way that this could be resolved?
The only, I mean, firstly, I'm devastated. Not so much as devastated as with the loss that I am about the people behind the decision. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
How are you feeling about this decision? Because clearly you have two children, Archie, Lilibet. They're not able to see their grandfather, their uncle, their cousins in a way that you feel is safe for them. So what's your feelings kind of moving forward? Is there any way that this could be resolved?
The only, I mean, firstly, I'm devastated. Not so much as devastated as with the loss that I am about the people behind the decision. And not only did they decide to remove my security in the UK, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect us.
How are you feeling about this decision? Because clearly you have
All right, all right. I don't know if you all were, and I hope you could cut. If you didn't, just be aware that after the court case appeal, and it was done listed as being the BBC, but it was, I think, okay. So, if you could, he did know that when that they also to the rest of the world, to all the other nations in the world, not to protect Harry and Meghan as well. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I mean, of course, we could see, of course, everybody's looking at it who is a pro Sussex entity would say, well, that was nasty to take away the and why would you pull security? The next day, helicopters are flying over their houses and folks are basically rappelling. Like, my favorite, it's because I live near military personnel. They're swinging off of helicopters like they're an assault team trying to get pictures, you know? And the UK, actually the UK firm slash government has basically made their fair game. And if there is anyone in my this is very important, my age bracket, that did not see that the exact same maneuver tactic was done to Diana, Princess of Wales, ex-wife of Charles, at the time, Prince of Wales. If people cannot see that that is to her, if you can't see that and you're in my age bracket, there is something absolutely mentally wrong with you. You are missing something, right? Ooh, it just fires me up. But I love the fact that, like you said, in Harry's and the people, and here's always the key, this is the linchpin. What? All right. So, as I get ready to wrap up here, I got one more note from Ms. Anderson. Let's see what you got. Who is this? Wait a minute. Wait. Ms. Anderson said, lastly, that Harry put the ball in Charles's court by saying, I want reconnection. Loud and clear. Next move, Charles boy. Yeah, but I gotta tell you, I am surprised that he even stated that. I really am. I guess I'm so vindictive, I would just simply be angry. I would just. So let's see what she's got on here. She said Harry is saying just enough truth, all the family now, that if something happens to them, Meghan or the children, they will absolutely, everything that has happened to them has been their responsibility. You see? Isn't that amazing? It's amazing, but it's true, right? The dirt they've been up is an amazing level. It's that Harry is beginning to tear the cover. Protection that he has them, right? So on to the next thing. Let's see if I can get this to let you know. Before I close out, I like to let you know that and things bring a scripture to my mind. Sometimes I kind of delve into the standard Bible and pull up things from my past that remind me of something that we're looking at in our present day. Now, this is not a recruitment tool for. I'll let you know. I'll start letters about it. But at the moment, I'm not starting a cult. But I do like to just throw these out there. And if you're interested, feel free to go check the Bible verses that I use so that you can get the background and the story that's involved in where the scripture comes from. So the first one here is John 16:13. It's going to be close in this scriptural text. And if I don't have the right one, I'm going to have to look that up again. But here's the scripture. It starts with, but when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all truth. He will not speak on his own. He will speak only what he hears, and what is yet to come. Now, this is in the song about exposure of truth. A scenario going on where things are being made up, stories are being told. We believe ridiculous when it comes to and what to accomplish, and if you all are familiar with the biblical story of Jesus, he's over a kingdom, basically run the Romans out of control. And that is the furthest from what his goal was. And so in this particular passage, there's a following discussion about how the truth is going to be spoken, who's going to being the truth. It's not coming directly from them like making it up. They are telling you a truth based on what someone has given them to speak, and only they really should be speaking it, right? So that's kind of, again, one of those things that kind of give you a light, or it's a thought. And when you think of the situation of how many lies, deception upon deception is placed out here to be presented as truth. And in the example of the Sussex family, they have to wade through all of that. It's amazing. The other scripture is coming from Luke 12. So it goes, many thousands had gathered so that they were trampling on one another. Jesus, be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees. At that time, the Pharisees were considered the religious leadership, in a sense, for that community. And he says it's hypocrisy. Be careful of what they're telling you and what they're talking about and what they're doing, because they are being hypocritical. Right? Basically, they're going to tell you one thing, but they're at something else. Right? It's sort of like someone telling, right? Here in the US, we're very much aware of that concept. People are constantly presenting the ways they're going to help us, when in fact what they do is cause you, the individual, great harm. Okay? So he's saying that there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be. What you have said in the dark, and this is my favorite, what you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight. And what you have whispered in the ear, in the inner rooms, it will be confirmed from the rooftops. Okay, they said from the roofs. In other words, that stuff that you think you're doing in the background, the wheeling and dealing undercover, everything happening in the dark, people whispering and making plans and trying to set traps. He's letting you know that that stuff is going to come out, and it's not going to be hidden anymore. Those kind of scriptures, right? Today. So I tell you, you guys have enjoyed hanging in here with me through this chat. You guys, thank you so much for participating and being here and joining me. You don't understand how much fun it is to have you guys be here with me. And I'm going to try to post more of my growth of my garden and let you know if I get a chance to make something out of it and eat some of that good stuff. I'm going to show you some recipes. So stand by for that in some of my. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, hold these scriptures in your mind as we wait to see how the rest of this nightmare plays out. But be advised, evil will not return. It won't take a vacation, and it's a day off. So stay strong and remember the prayers of our mothers, okay? Thank you guys so much. Give yourselves a round of applause.